I almost forgot to push the button to put me in the studio. Good morning. How is everybody? Happy Tuesday. I hope you have some coffee. I don't know, I think this is the last of the Brazilian beans. I have to go roast some more. I'm going to figure out what I want to do and get some more green beans. Not the green beans you're thinking, like green coffee beans, right? Because I don't want to drink green beans. I want to drink coffee, but I want to roast it myself because I'm bougie. Yeah, so that's what I'm drinking today. If you have something in your cup that you'd like to share, please drop it in the chat. Let's see. Path of the Pale Rider wise, we've had a ton of stuff come in this past week. Good morning, Lou. We had the Funko Pops come in. We had the gummies come in for the Zombie Deconstructed stretch goal. We also had the stickers come in, which I have individually packaged in preparation for shipping to all of you. So these actually smell really good. They smell like maple syrup. So, of course, it's fitting for Sad Pancake, the undead puppy. Yeah, things are coming along. So at this point, I'm doing the handmade merch. Good morning, Dylan. So I'm working on the faces of the bear onesies. I know I'm crazy. I have cleaned up all of the 3D printed big boy James bears. So those are all clean, and I'm going to try a new method. We'll see. Passed along by Mr. Gilbert Perez. It's putting 3D printed things in a container with acetone, and it'll kind of smooth them. I'm going to try it. I have a couple extra so they can be the guinea pigs in case it just turns into a puddle of goo. So we'll give that a shot. Other than that, and tomorrow I'm heading to the laser printer, so we'll be finishing up the wooden covers for issue number 7. I love doing those. And while I'm there, I'll be doing some writing. I have a couple projects I'm working on for other people. So we're going to work on that while we're at the laser printer. We can't hear or talk or do much there anyway, except for push buttons while it's laser printing. Good morning, Matt. How are you? If you have not had a chance to go to issue 7 campaign and pick up books, I still have late pledges turned on. Just a reminder, the merch is turned off. That's why you have to show up to the campaign while it's live. If you want things like wooden covers, bear related merch, hot sauce, it's all during the live campaign. Hi, Apex. Good morning. So, but you can still get books. And this issue is so crazy. The art that Gilbert Perez is turning out is incredible. You guys, you cannot miss this issue. This is a game changer. Everything changes going forward. Trust me, you want to be on this list for when the book is done. And I dropped the PDF. You can run quickly to go read it to see what happens. And then, of course, when the book comes, you can cherish it on your shelf for shelf candy. Let me drop the link. You know me, I'm terrible at dropping the links, but here we go. Here is the link to the Kickstarter for late pledges. Go get those books, guys. Don't miss out on this one. Also, as a friendly reminder, Psycho Cell 9 is still kicking butt and taking names. This one has 9 days left. 112 backers. Just recently broke the 15,000 stretch goal. I want to remind people that William Russell has these 2-tier stretch goals. Look at all this merch. Super cool covers. Don't sleep on this one too, you guys. If you like horror, you like 80s slasher films, psychological horror, like this has all of those things. That checks all those buttons. And yours truly wrote issues 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is 9. This is the final. And this one is written by Chris Hayes. And so, by the way, he broke 3, 5, 7, 9 on the first day. We're all broken. So those are those stretch goals. And then it goes to the 2 tiers. So if you spend a minimum of $80 on your pledge, you get a hat. If you have done less than that, you get the Tuan Amato, excuse me, I want to pronounce his name correctly. It's a 4x6 mini print of his cover. That's what we just broke. So you can get a PsychoCell hat. These are not cheap, you guys. Like, I just made hats last week. These ones that I'm wearing right now, and I tell you what, they're not cheap. So William always does the crazy stretch goals that I try and talk him out of, but you know William, he wants to be different. He wants to do, really cool stuff. Hey, Rolling Squid Bones, good morning. So again, go over to here. Don't sleep on this one. This is one that people are going to be talking about. The end of this one is gnarly. You're I don't know, it might give you nightmares. Depends on how squeamish you are. Oh, and our friend Cameron, who's usually in the chat at some point on Tuesdays, he gets killed in this issue. So that's fun too. So head over to PsychoCell 9. 9 days left to go. 9 days for issue 9. That's kind of funny. But yeah, that's what I got going on in my neck of the woods. I don't think I have anything in October. Nope. I am thinking about, I need to revamp my website. I am going to do, I think, a sale on the merch on the website for maybe November. So like Black Friday sale. So I'll give like a 20% discount for all the merch purchased off the website in the month of November. I think that's cool. And then I can make t-shirts and I got hats and whatever I have in my my inventory, I will put up on the site. And that way people can check it out. Good morning, Gerald. How are you? PsychoCell, my drinking buddy. I would not want to be close to that creature thing. I don't know. He's something else. Gerald, by the way, has been churning out incredible art. He might even have a Path of the Pale Rider something coming up soon. So we're working on it. Good morning, Pilgrim X. All right. Enough about me. Let's bring in my guest. Let's have someone else to talk to on this show. She's been on the show a few times, so not new to the brew. And not new to the business, Madeleine Holly-Rosing. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. You can see I'm still living in chaos here. For people who get my newsletter or follow me on social media, you know I've been moving. So we have officially moved. So yes, we are still going through boxes. We'll probably be going through boxes for months. But yeah, we're up here in Oregon finally.
Yay.
And I guess we have 2 more days of sunshine before the rain begins.
Oh, I was going to say, because you moved from Southern California, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of an adjustment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have you lived
But
in a snow area before? How do I say this? Have you lived in an
yeah,
area
yeah.
that has snow before?
I used to live in New York and New Jersey.
Okay, so you
So
know.
I'm accustomed to actually much more severe weather than they have here.
Okay.
I just haven't lived in it in many, many years.
Yeah.
But when we were looking for property, we came up during different times of the year. So like we'd come in the summer, and we came in December and January, and hey. um, and it was funny. What I noticed is, I'd be out driving around, looking at houses, and like at around what I discovered, like at 8 p.m., the rain really starts. And then it goes to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon of the next day. And then there's like this 3 hour gap, 3 to 4 hour gap. And because it'd be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I said, well, it stopped raining. And everybody walks their dogs. It's like this mass.
Yeah, because you got to get them out, right? That's the time.
Yeah, everyone's out with the dogs. They got their little booties on and their little, sweaters. And
You got to
um
meet Maddie in person now? That's awesome. See, I
and
love that. Go ahead.
hi.
So everybody
uh
walks their dogs.
Weber walks their dogs. And so when I was at Rose City Comic Con a few weeks back, I was telling folks, yeah, we're about moved up here. And in fact, I was commuting back and forth between Portland and the house. And I said, this is what I noticed. And they went like, yeah, that's right. That's about right.
Is this, I mean, kind of confirms the Twilight theory then, because remember in Twilight where they were like, we live here because it rains all the time?
Yeah, well, that's even farther north. I think that was like up
Just
in Washington.
Seattle
Yeah, that
area?
was even farther north. Yeah, in
Oh, it
Twilight, I
was,
think
it was.
they were in Washington State.
Yeah.
And
But that's
yeah.
like that's what it reminds me of, or it's just like it's gonna rain every day. Like,
Um,
pass.
but there's lots of greenery. We have a small apple orchard. The previous owner was essentially
Ooh.
a master gardener, of
What?
which, yeah, which is a little beyond my simple skill sets for gardening. Um, but we're learning.
Yeah.
And he was very much into making apple cider. And
Cool.
so most of the apples are cider apples, which are still edible. They're wonderful apples. You can eat them, no problem. But we kind of like, what are we gonna? We're not gonna make cider. This is not in our bingo card at all. So I was able to contact an organization called Salem Harvest,
Mhm.
and they feed local food banks and other charities. So, a bunch of volunteers came out on Saturday and took away over 800 pounds of apples
Oh my gosh. How many
that will
trees do you have that are
nine,
producing?
19 that are producing. And then there was
Wow.
extra stuff that was like growing randomly, like there were pumpkins and tomatoes and figs and the volunteers themselves get to keep, if they want, a portion of
Mhm.
the main product while they're there. So they got to keep some apples. But I just said, hey, when you're done, go crazy.
Yeah.
So, everything I hate waste and I hate food going to waste.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to hook up with them and I'm sure we're going to be a regular on the regular rounds every year to come by and it's I don't want to take down the trees because some of them are heirloom apples, which is
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you want to keep that going. Uh, so yeah, I think this will be our charitable contribution every year to the community.
That's
Uh,
cool.
is the apples and whatever other produce gets goes crazy on this property. Uh,
Must be good land, man.
it
Um,
is, but also the previous owner really did an excellent job of maintaining everything.
yeah.
So uh,
Um, I mean, that's the big difference between Michigan, the property we had in Michigan and the property we have here is there was so much more land that we had. And so I could have a garden and we had apple trees in the back of our lot too.
mhm,
And they were crab apple or something, you know what I mean? Like they had,
yeah,
it was used to be an old horse farm that they split up to make this neighborhood. And so here it's like, I would love to garden, but there's no space here. There's like,
yeah, yeah. I used to do gardening in Southern California many years
yeah.
ago, and I did it in pots, which is very manageable. But when the drought got more and more severe, I just couldn't justify using that water for stuff that usually the rabbits and the ground squirrels ate.
Yes. Stupid rabbits eat my tomatoes. I only get
Yeah,
like 5 tomatoes here in Texas
yeah.
because it's so
It
hot.
just it just wasn't worth it. But yeah, he'd set up a very formal garden area with raised beds. There's like
Mhm.
12 of them or 12 raised beds, which I'll use like 3. Uh, and with fencing around it to keep the deer out. And then there's this whole plot that he did just regular farming, which we're not going to do. We're going to till that under. We haven't figured out what we're going to do with that yet, but
Yeah.
um, we'll do something else. We're not going to become farmers, but
You never
we,
know, apocalypse could happen tomorrow, you might need that garden. Start
yeah,
gardening.
I was actually mentioning that to my husband. I said, "Well, we may," and he's like, "Yeah, well, we don't want to do a deal with that at that point." But
Good point. I mean, so many things have to go wrong before that, but still, it's just like, "Oh, at least we could
yeah,
have apples."
lots of apples. I kept one tree for us. It's a variety I'd never heard of called a gold rush, which is a
Ooh.
cross between a golden delicious and a Granny Smith.
Okay.
So they are like the perfect eating apple
Yeah.
plus baking apple,
Yeah.
all
'Cause that's
rolled into one. And apparently they also keep well for long periods of time. So if you keep them cool,
yeah. Good morning,
and some,
George. How are you?
uh, so they're probably going to be, um, yeah, the Salem Harvest ladies. They know. Wait, I learned so much from them. They're like going through like, well, there's this and this and this, and I'm like, okay, yeah, learning a lot.
That's cool.
Uh, oh, some someone said we have chickens and goats.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
our
see
neighbor
animals.
has a chicken that keeps actually it's several chickens that
Hmm.
apparently likes to escape and likes it over in our property. So we
Of
don't care.
course. Of
It can
course.
visit. It can visit. I don't care.
Well, hey,
Um,
they eat the bugs,
yeah, that's I have no problem with that.
right?
Uh,
Just don't have the goats because 'cause they'll eat everything,
well,
right?
also goats. I had a neighbor in Burbank who decided, oh, let's get a couple goats, which turned into more goats and more goats after that. And he got overwhelmed with goats. And finally, he put the call out of like, help! I don't know what to do with these goats. And
Were they
and
just multiplying? Like, how did he end up with
they were multiplying like rabbits,
Oh,
literally.
shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, they were just multiplying by like rabbits, and he didn't really know how to manage goats. That was not his intention to be a goat farmer. He just kinda like, "Oh, they're cute," and then, like, got out of control.
Oh, no.
So he sent word out to through the next door what is the next door
Yeah.
thread?
Yeah.
Well, that's very problematic when you get on there. That can be just such that's crazy town most of the time.
Yeah, I
Um
don't go on there either.
but there were people who were actually helpful to him, and then others that were chastising him when he was clearly saying he admitted he got in over his head. He's clearly looking for help, and then people are going like, "Grr, grr, grr, grr," which was ridiculous because he was asking for help.
He already knew that. Thank you.
He knew that,
Good morning,
but
Glenn. How are you?
But fortunately, he was able to find, I think, 2 people who adopted out the
Oh,
goats to
good.
2 different people, and so they went on to very happy lives with people who knew how to handle goats, so,
Why
yay.
is Madeline running? She's happy here. We're talking about goats and gardening. Our goats keep our
Well, goats care
backyard
back
mowed. That's
well, then you
yeah.
clearly know how to handle goats.
Mhm.
Yes. Um, I I wouldn't even go there. I'll stick with my dogs.
Yeah.
That's my level. I can deal with the dogs. But yeah, I'm not getting livestock. That's just that's
That's a
not
whole other
I
step, man.
that's more work than I want, and we're gonna have enough on our plate with the apple orchard. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, the animals that it attracts too, right? Because with the
yeah,
apples, a lot of times
yeah, I think we have. Well, there's a deer, but he's
yeah,
fenced it off partially, so we really don't have a deer problem.
okay.
Um, but yeah, they're in very good shape. Yeah, the Salem Harvest people were I guess there's a tree down the street that hasn't been cared for, and so they saw that first before they got to our property, and they're going like, "Oh my god, I hope it doesn't look like this," because it was just a mess. And then they turned the corner because I said, "Oh, the orchard's out front," and they saw our orchard, and she said literally she went like, "Yes," because it's easy to pick. They're
Yeah.
all the right size. They've been, the previous owner here did a marvelous job, and I did pruning and stuff as soon as we got in. I've been here off and on for the last 3 months, so we've been doing
Mhm.
little stuff as we could. So anyway, we have more boxes to unpack, and
I feel like that never ends though. I honestly think that there are boxes in my house that we have not unpacked since we moved in 2020. There's gotta be. You know what I mean? In the garage or somewhere, there's something that we haven't unpacked. So it's just like it never ends. At what point do you just say we never open this, let's just throw it out? Like hopefully it's nothing
yeah,
heirloom important, but it's like, do you
yeah,
really need it if you haven't opened it in 4 years, 5 years,
correct,
6 years?
correct, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, that's my adventures, and um yeah, there's just so much. I still have to go get my Oregon driver's license, and we got to
Oh
get the
gosh.
license plate, and but we've only been here a week, so I'm
Yeah.
like, it's fine. We'll get it
So
all done.
is it DMV or Secretary of State there?
Oh, it's DMV.
DMV.
Yeah.
In Michigan, it was Secretary of State. So I was like, who in the where? DMV? What's that thing? So hopefully it'll be easy. Hopefully you can just
Apparently it is.
yeah,
My
make it.
husband had already stopped by, and it sounds like it's pretty easy.
uh, Well, thank goodness for that. And all of that while you're prepping for your next Kickstarter.
Yeah, yeah. My
Yeah.
husband really didn't want me running another one this year,
Oh no.
but because of the move and because of everything that was,
Yeah.
going on. But the last two issues of Pikes Peak, as you may or may not know, unfortunately, I had to fire the previous artist on the
Oh,
project.
oh, I wasn't
Um,
aware.
yeah, it just it was unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened, but I had eventually had to cut ties and move on. I think the world of her and her work, but it just wasn't getting done, so we had to move on
Yeah.
and brought in Daniela Rivera,
Okay.
and she's done a smashing job. I kept Katie Brown on as a colorist for consistency,
Yep.
and they've both done a terrific job. I'm happy to say that issue 3 is in the can. It's pre-press. Everything is done. Uh, issue 4. It's with
What?
Troy, the letterer. I always end up on the back burner with him. It's it's supposed to be done this week, which is
Mhm.
great, I hope. But he said that last week too, so but it does get done.
It happens.
And then it'll go to pre-press. So I mean, it's going to be ready to go to printers by the end, before the end of the campaign. I'm not really
Yeah.
concerned. I mean, once you get the art and coloring done, that's all the
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the most time consuming part of it.
yeah.
The letterers is usually pretty quick. So,
Yeah. And so yeah, I wanted to have that all done before we launched, or almost, we're in
yeah.
pre-press for issue 4, which is going to be the case. And because people have been waiting like a year and a half at least.
Has it
I mean,
been
we're like a year and a half or more behind on that, and which
for
really
issue 3?
for issue 3 and 4, because I kept hoping my artist would you know, get it done. And the previous artist, and I waited too long, probably. And, but, that's past. We're moving forward.
Yeah.
And I actually had the pleasure of meeting Danny, the artist, at San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, nice.
Uh, yeah, she came up from Mexico. I'm sure she's there on a pro pass, and so it was delightful to meet her. She did a marvelous job, and she's a wonderful, wonderful person to work with. Um, I think she wants to stay on board for a future, yeah, and which yeah, I'm actively considering. But right now, I'm need to get this done. I
Yeah.
need to finish the last 2 issues of Morgana Pendragon, my new series, and then I'll go to the next series of BMS,
Got it.
of where we go from there. But yeah, running numerous series at the same time is, particularly with all this going on, I
Yeah.
could sometimes forget like which
Yeah.
like, it's like, which folder should I be putting this into now? Oh yeah, it needs to be in this and not that, and I'm working on this and not that, and yeah. So it's been a lot.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how any of you guys do it that run multiple projects throughout the year. There's a ton of people that do it, but I personally I look at it, I'm just like, man, with everything that's going on in my personal life, like I can just run this one and then I can letter other books and I can do other odd jobs, but there is such a big difference between writing for other people and then having to be the showrunner right? For a whole series where it's like I'm hiring the people, I'm setting the deadlines, I'm running the Kickstarter, I'm doing all the marketing. Like there's just so much more that goes into that I just look at people like yourself and like the John Westhoffs and the Travis Gibbs, and I'm just like, you guys, I'm impressed. Like I just don't have the wherewithal to keep it all. Like you said, which folder am I putting this in? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Travis Gibb. Well, he runs so many different
I
ones.
know.
I can't do that. Like my brain would explode.
Yeah,
Um, and then Pat Shan does that too. Yeah, there's several people. I
yeah,
know Charlie Stickney does, but I also know he's been handing off some of the writing. He's having guest writers come on,
that's
so
cool.
he's you know
Yeah,
sending he's getting help, and which is great.
delegate.
Um, yes, thank you. That's the word. It's still
Yeah.
early for me. Yes, delegate. Uh, because he does a great job.
Speaking of, and this is the other one I was gonna say too, Tom Hutchinson. And same thing, it's like, when life happens, when you have, like, 6 things planned and you're planned out for the entire year, and then something goes kaflooey, it's like, how do you rearrange the rest of your year?
Yeah, well, that happened when I wasn't getting pages in from my previous artist for Pikes Peak. I had to completely change my business plan.
Gosh.
And I had to that's why we did the hardbacks for volume 1 and volume 2, because I had planned on doing that at some point, just not at that
Yeah,
time. And so when it became obvious that this just wasn't gonna happen in the time period I needed, it's like, "Oh, I guess we're doing the
yeah.
hardbacks."
Time it was flip-flopping stuff around, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
do what you gotta do.
So, I mean, and they turned out great. It was, everything was beautiful. Um, but yeah, it was just something I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're doing that."
Yes, yes, pivot. You gotta get that
Yes.
couch up the stairwell some one way, shape, or form. That is a Friends
Yeah.
reference for anybody that is
Yeah. No, definitely it was a business pivot.
uh,
And yeah, because I have things planned out, well, like, I mean, farther than a year. I mean, you have
yeah,
to when you're doing
yeah.
comics because they take so long to produce. I mean, you know that.
Mhm.
Probably everyone who's watching this knows that.
It takes a
uh,
long time.
yeah, it's like when I hired Alden to do Morgana Pendragon, he said, okay, and he's very fast. He's
Mhm.
amazing. Uh, he said, okay, when do you need this by? And I said, well, the first 2 issues this year and the next 2 issues next year. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
You don't need I said,
Yeah.
"Well, no, I can only do so many Kickstarters in a year and so many this." He's like, "What?" Uh,
He's like,
um,
"I could be done in, like, 3 months. What do you mean?"
yeah, basically. I mean, he was turning in 2 to 3 pages a week. It was crazy. And
Wow.
yeah, and at the quality that he does for Morgana, I was like,
What's
I
his
don't
name? Put his name out there for everybody listening.
Alden K, and I'm sorry, he's taken.
Ah, I was gonna say, we're all gonna look him up now and be like, "So, Alden, in between Boston Metaphysical, can you do this?" No?
Well, I think DC, he
Oh,
went to the yeah,
damn. Got
they
snatched
got
up.
him.
Yeah.
He got sent
Yeah.
well, he won the Mad Cave competition last year,
Mm.
and so I know he has a thing to do for Mad Cave, but they've been really great because he talked to them and they know about me and this project, and so everyone's been very flexible, and yeah, why not?
Goodness, yeah.
It's totally fine. But yeah, he did the portfolio thing at Rose City with DC. And so he did the interview and whatever and submitted. And like the next day he comes in like, they're like, yeah, we're gonna try to like slot you in. Goes,
Dang it.
of course. Yeah.
Fun. Isn't it?
Mm.
We love artists, but there's always something else that opportunities out there. So it's like, "Come on, I just want you
Oh
to do
yeah.
my
No, I'm
thing." So
I'm
it's like,
I'm so happy.
yeah.
I'm so happy for him. I just like, don't
Yeah.
forget about me.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I'm actually his first series that he's ever done. And he he's in Portland.
Oh, nice.
So
Very
I
cool.
told him, I said, I actually gave him one of the exhibitor badges because why not? I had an
Yeah.
extra one. And he came by and he signed a bunch of issue ones for me, and he's saying like he goes, "Oh yeah, this is the first comic I ever signed." And I was like,
What? Wow, that's kind of weird though that it's just this diamond in the rough that he's just so amazing. He hasn't had
"Yeah,
like how did
he's
he
self-taught."
Oh my lord.
Yeah, if you
Oh
see
lord.
Morgana, you're gonna go like, yeah. And I make him do things he's never done before, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
That you'll see in issue 2 in some of the fight scenes. I said, "Well, I here, go look at this video because I had this Aikido move that I want you to like
Yeah.
do this, this, and this." He goes like, "I haven't done that before. Let me try that." And it comes out like, oh, beautiful.
He's like,
No, he
"Okay,
was
now give
amazing.
me something challenging." "Hey, Gray Wolf. Good morning." I know, funny, right? Dylan?
Yeah, I think I make life interesting for him, and I also pay him on time. So, there is that.
Yeah, there's that too. Uh,
Hmm.
I think Gilbert's at that point right now too, where he's like, "Lori, why do I it's like you're making me draw these crazy things." And I'm like, "But it's great, it's beautiful, like, keep it up." I know. I don't know if he's listening. He's probably like, "Shut up, Lori." Anyway, so let me see here. Let me pull this up.
Oh
Here it
yeah, here we
is.
go.
Launching soon.
Yes,
Campaign.
we're launching Tuesday, October 14th, probably
Oh,
around 11 o'clock.
okay.
We will have early bird specials. And for those of you who have come on board with my Kickstarters before, those are very good deals.
Yes.
They're very good deals. Yep.
And here is the link, everybody. Can head on over and sign up for notification for launch. As you can see, there are a ton of people already signed up. If you're new to Boston Metaphysical, Madeline, why don't you just give them kind of, the
Oh,
pitch?
sure.
Yeah.
The basic pitch is about an ex-Pinkerton detective, a spirit photographer, and a genius scientist who battles supernatural forces in late 1800s Boston.
Yeah.
We started with this 6-issue miniseries, which is now in volume 1, and then had 4 standalone sequels, which is now volume 2. And so Pike's Peak is our 3rd series set in this universe, and the team has expanded. And in Pike's Peak, I bring Tesla back, and you're introduced to a few new characters. So it's tons of fun. We got mystery,
Yeah.
murder. That is one of the variant covers done by Gwen Tavares. Gwen was the artist and colorist on all the standalone sequels.
Cool.
Uh, and so she had time to do a cover for me for this, so which was great.
I love when you do these vibrant colors, like the neon purples and greens, like they stand out and it just gives it that vibe, like a kind of creepy, eerie, but I don't know, it just stands out. And then to see these when you do these in foils, looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, the variants will be available both in metal
Mhm.
and in regular.
Yeah.
Uh, but just to let people know, I don't use that cheap floppy paper. All of the Kickstarter books, even though they're saddle stitched, the covers are trade covers with interior paper like trade. I
Oh,
use higher grade everything
nice.
because I like people when you hold it. I want you to like you're holding something that has some substance and weight to it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
And
this
also
too.
it'll hold up better in your bookshelf. It won't get destroyed as
Yeah.
easily and bent as easily.
I love these kind of covers where it's like you think you're seeing the same image in the reflection, but when you look down, it's like, oh, what are we seeing here? Oh,
There's something else going on,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and then the thumbnail is a portion of the variant cover from Yishan Lee.
Is that Tesla in the background or Tesla
Yeah.
coil?
Tesla coil in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Any sneak peeks about any perks that are coming, stretch goals that are coming? Anything you
We
want to
do.
reveal?
Well, we are going to do a new lapel pin. I think I probably posted that. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. I
Oh, that's
probably
right.
posted about it. Uh, Whenever we do a new Boston Metaphysical book or series, we do a new lapel pin, and this one's going to be of Samuel's compound bow.
Oh,
So yeah,
that'll be cool.
yeah, and Alejandro Lee did that design, and I've got some pretty awesome for stretch goals, some comic bundles coming up and some other cool things. So, but yeah, and some of the add-ons will be nice too because we'll have oh yeah, that's Pikes Peak. That's a standard cover from Angela Wu.
Gorgeous. Gosh. I love that what do you call it? It's like the comic dots. There's a name for that.
Yeah, but it also looks like it's textured, like there's a
Yeah.
fabric there. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, and it's not everywhere because you can see like the character that's up front. She's not pixelated. It's not pixelated.
It's a
What's the word?
yeah.
Chat. Tell me what the word is for the dots that you put on the comics. You know what I'm talking about, right? Hold please. Let me make sure I'm going the right way.
Going the right way.
There we go. And then there's some interior art.
Yeah, this is Danny's art
Nice.
from issue 3. It's tough because I didn't want to send you too little or too much because then
Yeah.
there'd be spoiler issues. So this is just kind of a sample of she's doing a fabulous job, and you definitely get a sense of the world, and that it's Samuel, it's Granville, and and all the main characters.
Yeah. It's always difficult. I mean, but it happens. Halftones. Is that it? Is that it? I think that is it.
Halftone.
Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, Dylan, I think you are right. Because we did the same thing. I had an artist for issues 1 through 4 who got busy. He had other things, other opportunities coming, and there just wasn't going to be time to do my project. And so now I have Gilbert, right? And so just that transition, I love that the readers, it doesn't matter to them. They really don't. They love the art. They want to see the world any way that you want to show it to them. And so it's finding that artist that can kind of continue the same style and, understand the
Mhm.
same world, but still tell it in their own artistic way. So,
Correct.
um,
Yeah, yeah, Danny's done a great job with that,
yeah,
and, um, I think we learned a lot from each other, which is
yeah,
great. I love that, and yeah, and working with Katie has been helpful too. Um, so, yeah, like I said, every time I work with an artist, I learn something, and, hopefully they do too.
yeah, I would think so. That's kind of how it works. Everybody, every time you work with someone new, and it's like they're bringing their own life experience, and then we all grow together. At least that's the hope.
Yeah, that's
Even if
yeah,
it's things
yeah.
what not to do in the future, but you still learn. But these are gorgeous. So
Yeah,
very,
I'm really excited to get, finish this series up because people have been waiting so
yeah,
long,
yeah.
and I felt bad, but there's only so much I could do, and I really wanted to. When I let people know that I had to let the previous art.
Uh-oh. Hold, please. Madeline, if you can hear me, you are frozen and we can't understand you. So, oh man, it'll come back. Just takes a second. Anywho, make sure that you guys head over here and click on this link. This always helps everybody because what happens is, she's going to launch it. She said 11 a.m., but that's in Pacific time. And so we move on our merry, right? Because life doesn't stop on a Tuesday. And so you forget. And if you want to take advantage of some of those early bird or those exclusive offers, darn it, she'll come back. That's how you get in there. So like those sad pancakes that I had on my own campaign, if you wanted to get in and get those, you had like, that's the best way to do it. There you are. We lost you right when you were talking about having to let the other artists go.
Yeah. But when I speak to backers,
No. Oh no. Hey Carrie. We're having some technical difficulties right now, unfortunately. Madeleine was having a okay, you're back. Are you back?
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Nobody touched anything.
I know, don't touch anything. So when you were communicating to the backers about letting the artist go.
Yeah, I was just very straight, no drama, and just said, hey, I'm sorry to say that I had to let the previous artist go. I wish her the best.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I've brought on Daniela Rivera to come on board for issues 3 and 4, and I'm sure you guys will love the work. And I'm keeping Katie on board, and that's it.
Yep.
We're moving
Moving
forward.
forward. Yeah. There's no point
Yeah.
in drama. There's no point in
No,
drawing it out. Like, I'm sure there was some feelings while it was going on, just because it's like, and there's
it's
deadlines and
it's obviously it's very
expectations. But
frustrating.
yeah. And I mean, no
um,
one ever wants to communicate um what do I want to say? Delays. No one ever wants to do that
yeah.
because of course we try our best to be, on time and professional, but shit happens,
Yeah.
sadly.
I mean, like even with Morgana, it uh it was finished, the printing of issue 1 was finished on like July 4th.
Mhm.
And normally it's like, okay, it'll get on the ship that week. It'll be in by mid-August at the latest, no problem. Well, it turns out because there's not as many orders going to China, it didn't
Ah.
even get this ship didn't even set sail till over 2 weeks.
Oh, so just sitting there, man.
So it was just sitting there, and so it finally arrived towards I think was at the end towards the end of August, I
Yeah.
think, and then it
See?
sat there
God, it's like
in port
even
in
that
port, and
wouldn't take it off the boat? Like, come on.
well, apparently it was the container was under intense examination, which I didn't find out for weeks later. So literally it was sitting there for almost a month, and there's nothing I can do, and there's nothing that my printer could do, and it was or the freight forwarder, it was all customs.
Great.
And then it finally arrived, and I said, "Okay, it's arrived, but I'm heading to Rose City, and so nothing will be done until I get back from Rose City." But I
Oh,
was very
no.
clear. It was like, "This, they're here, they're beautiful. I'm leaving.
Yep.
When I get back, this is what will happen."
Right.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
We got print out, and I said, "And it'll be shipped, USPS will come,
Yeah.
on September 15th." So they didn't get shipped out until September 15th.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So July
And
4th to September 15th. Yeah. How frustrating.
yeah, and so I kept everybody up,
You
up to
imagine.
date through updates on Kickstarter. I said, okay, doing the
Yeah.
best I can. Um, but yeah, then everything went out, and I think about everything is delivered, even overseas by now. So we're in
Yeah. And I
pretty
think
good.
I think as long as you're communicating
Yeah.
with the backers, I mean, they're pretty forgiving as long as they know that it's continuing to move forward. Um, you know, everybody's been burned by a Kickstarter, everybody. But
Yeah,
those people are
including
the ones
including
that
us.
stop. Yeah, us too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But still those are
Mhm.
usually the people that like they stop communicating and then a year goes by and it's like, all right, I'm never getting that. But as long as you're like, okay, here's the progress. And you can even, I love when I include pictures. I'm like, here it is, or like, here's this new merch, or here's this, and this is coming. And,
Mhm.
they
Wait,
tend to be more
before I
fun.
left for Rose City, I got
Yeah.
like 35 packages out, and I took a picture and I said, "Here's
Yeah.
35. More's coming when I get back from Rose City."
Yeah.
And so yeah, all of that.
It's just how it goes sometimes.
So, but what was nice.
Nem,
Oh,
did you
okay.
take this picture while you were drinking coffee? Like, was there an earthquake going on? Good. These are cool though. I love this cover, this blue cover with the ghost hands. That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
that's issue 2. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Angela did an amazing, amazing. That turned out really well.
Yeah. But that's
That
cool.
had a number of iterations, and this was the final one. I like, this is cool. I like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So Nem, these are your copies of, I think, is the orange one issue 1?
No, that is volume 1.
Volume 1. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that has the original 6-issue miniseries plus a
Nice.
bonus story. Yeah.
So at
There's
one is
also a special edition volume 1 out as well, which was part of the hardback Kickstarter.
how you keep all track of all, do you take all the different versions with you, or are you like when you go, okay,
No, no,
picture the lens?
that's
Okay,
actually a source point version,
using,
which is being phased out.
okay,
Um, and so yeah, I only have a few of those of the source point, because I originally had a distribution deal with Source Point,
got it.
in until the previous iteration doesn't really exist anymore. I'm sure you heard Dirk Manning
Mhm.
bought it. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a different thing. But when Travis McIntyre, I had a contract with him. But so that's part of the inventory from that.
Mm.
Right now, you can only get the special editions either from me directly or through a Kickstarter.
Yeah, that, because that was going to be my next question is, do you put them up on your website, or like when it's limited stock like that, how do people get it? Because that's kind of what I'm thinking about for this fall too, where it's like I made a bunch of big James hats. I got one left. So it's kind of silly for me to like make a new category for on a Kickstarter. So I might as well put it up on my website where someone could, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah,
thoughts
you
on that?
you you can do that. The the source point versions of volume 1, I only take those to cons.
Gotcha.
Those I sell at cons. I do have some on my website, but that'll be gradually phasing out as that inventory goes away, and then I'll just be moving towards my special editions.
Yeah.
Um, and which has a different cover, has a different bonus story. It also has pinup art. So, I mean, the reason it's a special edition is because it's special, because it has all this other stuff that people haven't seen before.
Nice.
Um,
Mm.
so yeah, it kind of depends on which Kickstarter you backed, which version you got.
That makes sense. And Dylan, you haven't been burned by a Kickstarter yet. Good. Fingers crossed that you don't, you know. You need sassy hair flip like this. Like you don't have enough hair to do a sassy hair flip, Dylan. I've seen your hair. Only backed about 5 and 2 were digital. Yeah, that's pretty good odds. I mean, and if you do your homework on creators, a lot of times, you can see the pattern. Like Madeline has fulfilled how many Kickstarters at this point?
14.
Yeah. So that's my point is when you're see a creator who's had 10 plus Kickstarters that have all been fulfilled, you're probably safe. It's some of the newer people, like first campaign, second campaign, they might poop out if they have issues. So I don't know. Sometimes I think
Yeah,
even like the big dollar amounts, because I've seen campaigns where like they get like $350,000, and it's like you got to be careful with those ones. For some reason, either it's like outside of their manufacturing capability, or
mhm.
there's too big of a team and the money's too tempting. Like that, those seem to be the ones that don't get fulfilled from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, my
Yeah.
husband has done some gadgets and whatnot that did extremely well either on Kickstarter or on Indiegogo, and they've never been
Oh,
fulfilled. And you see that a lot with stuff that's been engineered, because you get the engineers who keep saying like, well, I can make it better. I can make it better. I can
eh,
make it, and they keep tweaking it and just don't let it go. And
yeah.
then by tweaking it, it increased the costs,
Yep.
because you either have to change, you're changing the design, which may change the parts, which may change, and that all costs money. And there's the old saying is that perfection is the enemy of good enough. Sometimes you just gotta like, okay, I could have done that, but it's fine.
Need to
Let's
do let it.
move on and
Yeah.
get it out the door. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
art's like that too. I know a ton of artists that are like, especially for long books. Like if you're doing a graphic novel on a Kickstarter and it's 275 pages, and it's like when you start, your art style is one thing, but of course, as you've been pushing the pages out, your art style develops. And it's like when you get to the end, do you go back and you tweak the pages in the beginning that you're not happy with? No,
no,
leave them alone. Put
you
it
let
out
it
in the
go.
universe.
At some point it's locked,
Yeah,
and it's just like, okay, this has been my learning curve, and I've learned during this process. And so it's just like anybody else. Over time, you're going to see the writing, hopefully, writing get better, the art get better, all of those things. And so, yeah, I mean, you're going to see definite changes in an artist between issue 1 and issue 6 or whatever.
right.
And you're going to see it with writers too,
Mhm.
as they grow. But yeah, do you want to? Yeah, I look at stuff. I look at the original 6-issue miniseries for BMS, and I like just want to go in and rewrite some stuff. But it's like,
Mm,
okay, no, we gotta. It's
move it.
done. I'm gonna
Yeah.
move on. Yeah.
Yep. Dylan says, luckily, the two physical comic books that I've backed, the guys behind them focus on having the comic fully done and ready at pre launch and such, since they've been burned by other Kickstarters. Yeah. I mean, if you have the ability to do that, absolutely do that. Unfortunately, I don't.
Not
Hence why I have
everybody
to leave
does.
Kickstarter. So,
Yeah, not everybody does, because you need the funding to pay the artists and the colorists, and I
yeah.
completely I get that.
If
Um,
I was the artist, I could do that. That would be great.
yeah. Yeah, I'm
How would you
always
go
kinda
different?
envious of, writer artists,
Yeah,
because
man.
they don't have to they just hire themselves, which is
Right.
great.
And then their goal is
Mhm.
like $200, and I was like, "Come on." I was like, "I can't do anything for $200." Ah, darn. They're
But,
like, "Funded in 3 seconds." Like, "Great, good for you."
well,
Oh,
yeah, it's like if you ever seen, Stefan Frank's, Silver and Palomino. I mean, he writes and draws all of it, and it's marvelous.
wow.
And he does. I don't remember what his funding goals were, but they were up there, um, which he could do,
Yeah.
you know. And
Hey. That's what I wanna do, art up my story up, absolutely. See, I told you he was listening, he was being a ninja in the background.
oh yeah, I've been waiting 5 years. I
5
think you may not
years?
have.
Yeah, I'm thinking not. It's probably not
Yeah,
coming unless it's like, um, some of those board games take a long time.
yeah, the board games can. Yeah, and one thing new folks to crowdfunding sometimes do is they fund, which is great.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a modest thing, 12 to $2,500 or something. But then they said, "Oh, we can have all these cool stretch goals."
Eh,
And then they don't budget the stretch goals.
yeah.
And that's where they lose the money. Or they don't prototype their packages, particularly for overseas. Now, as you know, I've written a book called Kickstarter for the Independent Creator. Um, it's still I still recommend it, but with caveats, because I haven't updated it in like 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the basic strategies are totally relevant to any crowdfunding campaign. Um, but one of the things that I do emphasize is prototype your packages, even if you don't get something
Yeah.
similar, the same package, weigh it,
Weigh it,
go get on
measure it.
pirate ship, figure out how much it's going to cost. Then the shipping cost for overseas, you look at the simple export rate on pirate ship, you add $2 or $3 to cover what Kickstarter takes away, their cut,
Right.
and then you have the amount you need, and you're not bilking anybody. You're not, and it's still cheaper than USPS, and everyone saves money, particularly your backer. And one trick I learned actually from my husband is that as the series got bigger and bigger, the packages got heavier and heavier and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So for overseas packaging, I break it up into 2 or 3 boxes and keeping it under 4 or 3 pounds per box. And then you figure out that rate through the simple export rate on pirate ship, and that's what you charge for shipping.
Huh.
And that has been literally spot on by a couple dollars every single time. And that way your backer is literally saving 20 to $30 or more, which they would have had to pay if you like stuck it all in one box and then you were forced to ship it USPS,
Mhm.
international shipping. So
Cheap.
everybody wins here.
Yeah, I had to actually go up to the counter yesterday. I shipped some books out that I could use pirate ship for, but I shipped this tiny little box. For those that don't know, my personal sad pancake figurine, the original one that Eric made me, while I was redoing my office, my dog found it and chewed his legs off.
Oh God.
So this one of a kind little plastic figurine is going back to Eric. Eric is going to rebuild him. He's probably going to model him some new legs, but poor sad pancake needs to be put back together. Anyway, so it was a little box. And of course, my shipping labels are meant for like Gemini mailer and bigger because I'm shipping
Yeah.
books. I was like, I don't have anything to you know what? Gilbert, you killed sad pancake, remember? Anyway, my dog, I didn't punish my dog. He doesn't know better. He's a dog, but
Yeah.
I was floored. So anyway, so I had to go up to the counter. So as I'm standing there, I'm just looking at the rates, and it was like $65 for international for the smallest box you can send. You know what I mean? I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. $65
See,
shipping.
that's when I dig into, all of the stuff, little stuff that gets shipped to the house, like old Amazon boxes, and then you put that box inside the box so you can
Ah,
have the label, that the pirate ship label, and you just stuff it full of,
that's
plastic peanuts or whatever.
thank you.
And yeah, yeah.
Sad pancake is more authentic now. Poor undead puppy.
Um,
But that's a
but
great
yeah,
idea. Yeah,
but
because it
as you
probably
can
would have
tell,
cost me like $3, $4 if I didn't go up to the counter, and it cost me $7 for this tiny little box.
yeah, but yeah, there's lots of little ways to do that. I will say it takes a lot more time to package. It's almost like a puzzle where you have all the things set out, like because they're getting hardbacks and this and
Yeah.
that, and then weighing each one to make sure, and then you're shifting things around to make sure they're under the 4 or 3 pound, so you can ship through pirate ship.
Is it like
And
a
that
airport?
it it does take a lot more time. It takes like,
Yeah.
15 to 20 minutes to do all of the switching and the weighing. Then you got to package it and seal it and then reweigh it and then go get, the appropriate label and everything before you send it off. Um so yeah, there's a lot more
Do you
time
save those
involved.
ones for last?
Actually for Magana, no, I did a lot of those
You went
first because
first?
I just
Oh,
wanted to get them out the door. Um, I was fortunate. I had just a variant tier So I had like 40 some odd people who just pledged to the physical variant and
Yeah.
not the standard cover. And those I printed in the US. So those I got back in July, and
Yeah.
those were shipped out in July. So all those people got those, you know,
Super
long
cool.
time
Yeah.
ago. And then I had to wait on the standard covers.
Oh,
So yeah,
printing.
until September. Yeah, I mean, you think about
Oh,
it,
yeah.
they were finished on the 4th of July because my printer sent me a video of them
Yeah.
going
Go
through
through
the
the book.
book. And I thought, great, it'll be on the ship this week. Nope. And we didn't get them out till September 15th. But we did get them out, so they're out.
That's what matters. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
people knew you were communicating what was going on. Everybody
yeah,
knew, so there wasn't any guesswork. The only problem is I love backers, but sometimes they don't read the updates and they
yeah,
show up in your DMs like, "Hey, lady, how's my book going?" And I'm like, "I sent an update like yesterday, which told everybody that the books are printed and they're like, I'm waiting. You didn't read the update. Cool. It happens. They're just excited. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just always phrase that. Well, in case you missed the update,
yeah,
cut, paste, put it in the DM, and
yep.
there you go. And here's your answer. Thank you very much. Uh, you're
Yeah, thank you for
awesome.
backing. We love you.
We love you.
I'm
You're,
so
you're,
excited for you to get the book
look, yeah,
when it's here. Oh, so for those that missed it, because a 2-hour show, a lot of times we'll skip around. I just want to make sure that you guys see that this is here. We dropped the link earlier. This is Boston Metaphysical Society. This one is issues 1 through 4. And again, we'll be launching next week. So I will drop that link for you again, or why don't I just put it up on the screen? Kind of hit, there we go. Here it is, my friends. You can sign up for pre-launch so that way when Madeleine pushes the button, you can get in there and get those exclusives and time-sensitive early birds, because the early birds are where it's at. So make
yeah.
sure you're signed up for that. Wepa! It's Almega. Hello. How are you? All right. So it is about an hour in. We're going to play a game. Hold, please. We're going to play a game. I had told Maddie we were going to play this game, and she was like, okay, why not? Here we go. All right. Welcome to Would You Hug This? Usually we start out with some friendlies. Who we got? Friendlies? I didn't realize you were in Oregon, or I probably would have looked up native animals in Oregon. Let me get out of here. This one I love. I'm sure you do too. Who doesn't love a capybara? Everybody loves
Eh,
this, right?
sure.
You
They
gonna
don't
hug the
bite.
capybara?
Do they bite?
No,
I don't.
no,
Okay.
no. These are like the super chill. Um, they're kind of pokey. They're not soft. It's kind of like they have bristles like a pig, but
Mhm.
they're super friendly. Like you can pet them, you can hand feed them. They're friendly with everything. Like other animals ride on their back. They ride on other animals' backs.
Sure. It's cute.
Oh, that's good. I like it. Okay. Let's go to level 2. They look friendly. Oh, it's a pixelated picture. Sorry, it's pretty bad. We hugging a hyena?
No.
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 I mean, they're fuzzy.
No. They're
They're
just not. They're not really. They don't like to be hugged.
I don't think so
You can
either. I
just
think
tell. I don't think so. Yeah.
what do we call this? I don't even know. Is it dog, cat related? It's its own thing, isn't it? It's like
Um.
danger dog will eat you. I don't think they're
Yeah. I think there's
Dylan.
this particular name for it. I'm trying to remember what it is. I don't remember.
Because I
I
don't
think
think
they're on the endangered species list, actually.
mm,
I
really.
think they're a, I don't know if they're a canine species. They may be.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would just scare me with the noise they make too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hyenas are creepy in my book. Um, we talked about this one already. Let me see. Nope, we're gonna go with this one. uh, Cats?
Oh, no. No.
It is a cat.
I know, but it's not really a cat. It's cat adjacent.
It's more like a sack of I don't know. Well,
It
it
just
just
it's
looks
just
scary.
it's like straight out of a horror movie.
It's a broken giraffe on the last one. This one is like, I don't know. It's kind of like hugging a testicle, in my opinion. It's like something wrong with this. Fleshy cat. No, no. I think you have to give them like baths and stuff to get like they have wrinkles.
Yeah, probably to take care of their skin. Their skin may dry
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Balls and cat farm. That's what I was thinking too. I'm not hugging that either.
No.
You might need to get it a sweater. That would be fine. All right,
If
let's
it
go up.
doesn't eat you first.
Imagine waking up and having that cat just staring at you in the morning.
That's not something you want to wake up to. No,
No,
not at all.
no. It's either see, I'm not the only one. All right. A honey badger.
Oh, absolutely not.
There was a video I just saw recently where a honey badger was harassing an elephant. And the
Yeah,
elephant
they have no fear.
oh,
They
the
have
elephant
absolutely
literally
no
just
fear.
kicked it and it went whoosh and just flew off the screen. I was like, they just don't care.
They just absolutely don't care. Yeah.
No, I'm not hugging that either. All right.
What else you got for me?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, Dylan. This one is Dylan's favorite.
What the hell is that? That's not even a real thing.
It is a real thing. It is. Okay, so there is a disease, it's a wart. It's
Oh, it's a
a virus.
disease. It's a diseased bunny.
Yes, these are warty. They call them either horny rabbits, it's in horns, people, or it's warty rabbits, and it's now in rabbits and in squirrels where they have these growths. Um, I
That's just wrong on so many levels.
I think this is how the apocalypse starts.
It's like someone has been messing with their DNA.
Yeah, like it's straight out of a. I knew it. He says. He's like, Dylan's always like, not the rabbit. Oh man, yeah. And
The
this one
poor
is you're
rabbit.
hugging. What?
The poor rabbit.
I know. And it's a big problem, like, a ton of rabbits have this right now, and there's
Well, where?
all over the country.
In this country or another country or all
In this
countries or
in this country. I'm not sure. We'll have to look it up and see how far it spread. Hopefully, it's not spreading to other continents. That would be terrifying. And Lou says this is a 2-for-1 hug because you can hug the rabbit and the fungus or whatever it is that's growing on it. This
that poor
terrifies.
rabbit. That is terrifying.
Yeah, 'cause, what if it figures out how to spread to humans? I wake up to that every morning, going to pay for that so bad when it's, "Oh, are you talking about that cat? Nem, how rude. Your wife does not look like that naked cat." Imma tell her. I'm gonna tell your wife. You're in trouble. Yeah, let's take that off the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, do I
I
have
had no
anything else?
idea that was actually a thing.
Yeah, and now it's in squirrels too, like, you can find it, but alright, we won't do the other
Hmm.
2 for 1, but we always gotta ask, would you hug Big James? Would you hug an undead bear?
No.
Okay, see, you're team Laurie because I would never hug an undead bear. I just think it's the dumbest thing you can do, but everybody loves Big James. They want to hug the bear. Um,
No. No. No.
It's probably the
Yeah,
worst thing.
hugging the undead is generally not a good idea.
Unless you're Sad Pancake. You can hug Sad Pancake, but just hold your breath so you don't have to smell them. And that, my friends, is Did you like it? Was it fun?
Oh, that was yes, thank you. That made my morning. It's, like, still, like, a little after 9 o'clock here, and it's like, I just was watching warty rabbits, and
Warty rabbits.
I have to
Yeah.
go look that up later. That can't be good.
No, and I don't and again, it's like when you say, "Is it everywhere?" That's a good question. I don't know how far it's gone yet, but it's a new thing to this year. It's like we had what? Murder bees and murder hornets and, you know, other crazy animals. Every year we get something new, and this year it's warty rabbits. So,
Warty rabbits. Yeah.
I see you Googling right now. You're like, "I need to
Yeah, I'm
know."
going like, "Warty rabbits."
I wonder
Now we're
yeah,
getting rain, of course, yeah, so I'm looking at everything.
fungus. I'm sure
But
the moisture doesn't help the warts.
I
Warty
can't
squirrel.
imagine it does. No. I actually haven't seen a lot of rabbits around here. I've heard we have some skunks and deer, an occasional coyote. Where we
Mm,
lived in LA, we had coyotes everywhere, so you really had to watch any small animals you had. You really couldn't let them out of the house.
yeah. That would be
Um,
no good.
yeah,
We don't want them to be eaten. Yeah, look, squirrels too.
squirrels too.
Mhm.
Squirrels too.
They're calling them zombie squirrels, US and Canada.
Wow.
But it's the same thing. It's just these warts. It's a virus, I'm sure.
Does not infect people. Most affect squirrels. Eventually recover. Squirrel pox.
Why does that make me laugh? Oh, you sent me a
Yeah.
comic of a giraffe? Why? Do I want to look at it? I'm concerned. A Hagasaguaro. Isn't that a cactus?
Yeah. That's
Why
a
would you do
cactus.
that?
That doesn't sound very bright to me.
Dylan, why would you do that? Oh,
That
ugh.
would hurt. That would hurt.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
big
was it
ass cactus. That's a
yeah.
big ass cactus, yeah.
I was like, was it
It's
one
the
of
one with the arms, yeah.
yeah,
The one with
it's
the arms. They're
big enough.
huge.
If
Yeah.
it's big enough, maybe some of the needles were knocked off the bottom. When they're
No.
small though, there's
I don't think that works that way. No.
no? Dylan,
Yeah.
you have some explaining to do. You got the squirrel pox from hugging Big James.
Oh, yeah, that he's talking about he has to go out with his little dog just in case for coyotes and big raptor birds.
Yeah, gosh.
Um, no, yeah, because we have owls. Oh, well, back in LA, we had owls, and we probably have owls here too. I'm sure, and red-tailed hawks. So yeah, if you got a little chihuahua or a little dog, yeah, and even having it on leash with coyotes, it doesn't matter. They'll come and
What?
just snatch it from you. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's brazen.
Yeah, no, they're pretty aggressive in Southern California. So
Because we have
yeah.
coyotes here, but usually they're pretty skittish. Like they don't come around where humans are. You might see them at dusk out, but they're usually not like in the neighborhood.
Oh, oh yeah, no, where we live, they're in your driveway
Oh my
on the
god.
back of your hill, and they're not really scared of you at all. Yeah.
Is it like just because they've been around
I
humans
think it's
enough?
because they've
They're
just been
defense
around
yeah,
humans so much, and you can yell at them to scare away, and they'll just go like, "Okay, fine," and they leave. But they don't go completely away. They'll just get farther away and watch. and
I don't
and
like
see if
that.
there
Don't like
yeah, and
it.
see if there's an opportunity.
An
Oh,
owl.
yeah, I believe that. That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
Nem's in California, so That's
Yeah, no,
where I'm at the
that'll
piece.
happen. Absolutely, that's happened in California that they take the small dogs, they take cats.
Ooh,
Um, yeah, you have to be on it
ew.
with the
Yeah.
small animals. You have to keep them inside.
Do you guys have bobcats out there too?
Oh
Bobcat?
yeah, and mountain lions.
Mountain lions?
Yeah, not as often. I think I've only seen a mountain lion twice the time we lived there, but bobcats I've seen fairly frequently. And
Yeah,
they really bobcats tend to just not want to mess with you. They just like they're looking for easy stuff and
yeah. The
yeah.
bobcats are the menace out by us. They're the ones that are taking, like, small dogs and stuff out by us. In fact, because we have, in Texas, the neighborhoods are jam-packed, so our backyard isn't that big, so we just have, like, tall privacy fences between everybody's yards, and so the
Mhm.
bobcats will just walk down the fence looking for things to snatch. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Mountain lions. You have mountain lions? I'm afraid of mountain lions, that's scary. Yeah, they'll jump fences to get your pets, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Down in the Burbank, area where we lived, it's oh yeah, the coyotes could easily jump over a 6-foot fence. Not a problem.
Ugh, that's scary.
Yeah, we actually had 8-foot fences for our dogs put in, mainly because this was over 10 years ago. Our dogs were Samoyeds. We had one, she used to use her little paws and climb up the chain link fence and go
What
over. And so my
the
husband had to add more fencing to prevent her from doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's climbing the fence. That would probably be funny to see, but don't do that.
Yeah. Don't do that. She was like, boop, 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 boop. Well, we live more out in the foothills, so yeah,
Yeah,
down in LA. So yeah, you would occasionally see a mountain lion, coyotes all the time. Uh,
get the chickens.
and
You have
then
bald eagles out
we have rabbits. We had rabbits. I'm surprised the coyotes didn't get the rabbits because these were the biggest, fattest rabbits I've ever seen. I guess they were just happy living in our backyard.
there? Well, I'm sure they love your new backyard too. Hire that dog for a robbery. Dog climbing the fence. Go steal
He's
that
like,
diamond. Yes, climb
yeah,
the
their
fence.
little paws
Oh,
just fit right into the little. She went like that. Yeah.
there you go. You can, hire your dog out for, like, movies. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about too. Like, my neighbor has chickens. She has 2 chickens, which is what you're allowed to
Mhm.
have in our neighborhood, so she's not breaking any HOA laws, just so everybody knows. But yeah, I'm always wondering if, like, more animals aren't up in her backyard because of the chickens, so it's like,
Yeah, they'll go for the chickens and, um, yeah, I guess they really don't have a coyote problem here because the chickens at the house across the street, they're just wandering around and like I said, one gets into our yard and I guess likes all the leavings of the apples and whatever and but
is it the
uh
same chicken that comes over
it's the
every
same chicken. It's the same chicken.
That makes it funnier. Because if it was just
Yeah,
like
it's the
a
same
random
chicken.
chicken, but
No,
if
yeah, it's the
she
same chicken. And yeah, my husband, before we formally moved up here, my husband was up here doing some stuff, and he sent a picture and he says we have a chicken, and so he has this picture of the chicken underneath the apple trees. I'm like, okay. He goes like, and we have a frog, and there's a picture of a frog on the driveway. Like, okay,
Does this make you a Disney princess? I'm just wondering.
I don't think so.
No? No? Okay.
No, no.
Aw, that's sad.
Yeah, you really have to
Protect the chickens.
keep them in a controlled environment. Yeah, yeah.
Gosh, but how do you do it when I don't know how they do it when they have, like, a farm and a whole flock of chickens. Like, how do you
Well,
protect
they'd have to have a coop that was enclosed,
Yeah.
and you could have, like, the main coop where they're in during the night, and then just have a fenced-in area that's probably gonna have to have fencing on the top as well to keep
Uh,
the coyotes from
yeah.
jumping in.
Maybe,
Yeah.
don't they have, like, guardian livestock guardian dogs.
Yeah, Great Pyrenees.
Because I went out
Yeah.
to, this was years ago, out here in Texas. The like directly north of us is kind of where like the how do I want to say it? Like the progress ended, like, you know, where the freeway stops. That's kind of where like progress goes backwards, and like the farms are right there, but we're out south of where the freeway ends. So it's like it's built up, like, I don't know, industrialized. I'm gonna say not manufacturing, but like, you know, stupid malls and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the chickens farms are just directly north of us. So I went to get a turkey for Thanksgiving, and I pulled up to this farm, and there was an entire, like, my car was surrounded by fowl. It was just birds, chickens, turkeys, and I got out of the car and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I went up to the porch, and she had a big freezer, and I got my turkey, but I was like, I can't get off of the property because I'm gonna run over your chickens. And she was like, no, they'll move. It's like, how do you how do you manage a flock of 300 chickens? I don't know. So, but that just,
Yeah.
I guess one or two would
Yeah.
go missing and you just wouldn't miss them at that point.
Probably. I driving home the other night, I noticed there was 2 deer on the side of the road, so I
Eh,
slowed down because you really don't want deer on your hood of your car. Um, the deer waited until I passed and then crossed the road.
oh, that was nice.
So the deer up
They're used
here
to it.
actually know not to step in front of cars. They wait till the car passes and then they cross the road. So
Oh,
they have smart deer in Oregon. They know how not to get killed.
the city has been slowly inching its way here for the past 15 years. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what happens,
that
right?
happens everywhere. Yeah.
Because when we moved in here, it was like blink and you'll miss it. It was just this little tiny town of Prosper, and it was like there's one neighborhood, there's two neighborhoods here, and now there's like seven. You know what I mean? It's huge, and oh, and they're redoing the roads and the freeway and all this new shopping, and it's just like, which is great, I guess, except for you got to deal with all the construction for years and years, but eventually it'll be
Yeah,
done.
both of my nieces and their families moved to Texas and into, I guess, relatively new developments.
Uh huh.
And like my brother was telling me, I said, "Do they have the infrastructure for this, for all this development?" And he said, "No,
No, I don't
they
know
don't."
why, but they're like, oh, either that or it just takes longer for them to approve it. Like, I think they have the idea of the infrastructure that they eventually will need, and they roll it out in phases. So it's like, okay, when this neighborhood is halfway done, we need to have the roads look like this. But when this neighborhood is 100% done, the roads need to be this. So it's like they do half of it and then they do half of it later. And it doesn't make any sense. Do it all
Yeah,
first.
because even my niece was complaining. She took a picture of the traffic over this little bridge, and she says, "I could walk
Yeah.
to my home from where I am in like 5 minutes, but it's going to take me 20 minutes to get there."
What part are they
Because
at? I'm just curious because they might be real.
I think one is in Magnolia,
Okay.
and I forget. I'd have to look up where the other one is.
Because that's exactly what it is right by us, and it's like where our neighborhood is, um there's a pretty popular road, and then, like, again, the freeway would end on that road, so you couldn't go north, you had to go east and west to then go north, so there's just one stretch of 380 is just a nightmare, and then they ripped it up, and then they closed, two of the intersections out of our neighborhood, so you couldn't even get out of our neighborhood to go south.
Oh
It's like
wow.
it's like, how do you get to work? It's like
Mhm.
everybody's going out one exit and the light isn't timed for that, and it was a nightmare. I was just like, "Thank God I
Yeah.
don't have to," 'cause I work from home, so it's like, "Thank God," but people in my neighborhood are like, "Am I supposed to take a helicopter to work? Like, how am I getting out when they close 2 out of the 3 exits out of our subdivision?" Crazy.
Yeah.
Why do they do
Yeah. They didn't really plan that out too well.
No. There's a huge tech chip plant being built roughly 5 to 7 miles away, so that's the main reason why it's moving, right? Yep, that makes sense, that makes sense. As soon as it's open, everybody wants to live close by for new jobs, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, because the commute's always the hard part, right?
Yeah, commutes suck.
You don't have to do the California commute no more, right?
Well,
Did it improve?
I actually haven't done it in quite a while.
Oh, fair enough.
Um, I mean, I used to. I mean, this is what I do full time now, but,
Right.
um, yeah, before that, I was a fitness instructor for like 18 years, and before that, I was a marketing director
Mhm.
and had a real 9 to 5 job. If you're creative, working at the gym it doesn't pay well, but it's much more flexible and, uh,
The regular
you get in, you get out,
Yeah,
and there's like you teach your class, and there's no, that's it.
yeah,
The management, they just care that you show up, you teach your
yeah.
class, and you leave, and no one complains about you, and then you're fine. Nobody cares as long as you show up.
That's like
I mean,
the best job. Are you That's great, man. I would
yeah,
do
no,
that.
it's a very good part-time job.
Yeah,
But yeah, you just have to be physically able to do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it keeps you active because I feel like, myself, now that I work same thing, like, I work from home and this is what I do, I'm in this chair a lot. And so, I kinda have to remind myself, like, "Hey, get up, go walk around for a little bit, take the dog for a walk, do stuff,
Oh,
otherwise
well,
I'm just sitting in the chair
I'm
all day."
still at the gym 2 or 3 times a week, so it doesn't matter.
Mm,
And
mm.
I have a I have a workout room here too, so
Well,
yeah.
it's gonna be a workout to unpack all your house too, so
Yes.
that's never
There's
fun.
that. I actually finally made it back to the gym yesterday, and because of all the traveling and the moving and the planning, that had to go bye-bye.
Yeah,
There's
for a
just no
little bit.
way. So, yeah, it was nice to actually get back in the gym yesterday. So,
Nice.
gotta get back on the regular schedule again.
Gotta do it. So it's so easy to fall off a routine. Dylan says, I always make a traffic joke about our road when there's 2 plus cars on our road. That's a lot of traffic. That's because you live out in the boonies, right? That's why.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's one nice thing about living in Salem is everything is less than 15 minutes away, almost everything. As opposed to living in the LA area, no, that never happens. And there's a ton of great things to do in Los Angeles, but it takes an hour and a half to get there, so you don't do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Or
because
it has
I
to be
lived in
like
the
the whole day. You know what I mean? Like there isn't, oh, let's just
yeah.
shut down to the no.
People was like, "Oh, do you go to the beach every day?" It's like, "Do you
No.
understand how far the beach is away?" People forget how big California is,
Yeah.
and that there's a reason why it's the fourth largest economy in the world, and
It's
um,
giant. Yeah.
and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. Uh, we drove up here. We could have done it in 2 days, but we broke it up into 3 days because our dog hadn't traveled like that before.
Ah, yeah.
And she ended up doing really well. So we did like 4 hours, 4 hours, and 6 hours, and that worked really well. But, literally, you're talking about 2 days to drive from Southern California up to here.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And people just don't understand like the
Yep.
distance. Yeah.
We fall into that same boat because people were like, "Oh, I'm going to such and such Texas. Are we gonna be able to see each other?" And I was like, "No."
No.
I was
No,
like,
Texas is huge as well.
"No." Yeah.
Absolutely. It's
I was like,
absolutely huge.
"That's an 8-hour drive, honey. No, we're not seeing each other. You can wave at me from the airplane when you're going over."
Yeah, I don't know what the square mileage difference is between California and Texas, but they got to be about roughly
Yeah.
the same-ish.
Yeah, it's
One
just
is they're
shaped
just
different.
shaped
Yeah, one is
differently. Yeah.
tall and one is just, I don't
One's
know,
like this, one's
triangle.
a big blob, and then one's
Yeah,
like this. Yeah.
tall one, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, like, even when I did live in California, we were by the beach because we were in, like, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Beach
Oh, that's
area.
lovely down
You s
there. Yeah.
you still couldn't go to the beach every weekend because it was packed.
Yeah.
You try to go to the
And
beach, there was nowhere to
yeah.
park.
And yeah, we never went to Santa Monica because there was
Oh,
never anywhere to park. And I remember, um, one time, I went to there was a library thing that I did before I left earlier in the year. And the first thing I asked was like, where are we parking?
Yeah.
Where can we park? And they said, oh, you'll be able to park. We have designated parking for you. I said, okay, great. Cause otherwise I'm not, no.
Yeah.
And there's so many wonderful things going down, happening there. But man, yeah.
Yeah, that's a completely different perspective because Europe is so close. A lot of times they take the train. You know what I mean? They
Oh
can
yeah, it's a
go.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's
totally,
like,
totally different thing. And um it's yeah, when I've been in Europe, they'll go like, "Oh, where do you live?" And I'll say California. It's like, "Oh, do
yeah.
you know such and such a person?" I'm like,
Yep.
"Hey, sweetie."
And that's what I saw, an interesting, I think it was a TikTok or a reel, with Americans, when we introduce ourselves overseas, we say what state we're from, and people weren't understanding why, and it was because it's so different, the American experience, depending on if you're in Boston or Texas or, it's so different, so that's kinda what we have to, because our states are more like a country over there, kind of.
Actually, there's a caveat to that.
Tell me.
If you're overseas and they ask an American where you're from, a Californian will say California.
Yeah,
Texan will say Texas.
yeah.
Everyone else will say the United States.
No! Even New York? Really?
The problem is because they may say New York, but those are the big things. Uh, because most obviously all Europeans have heard of New York.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I say,
I'm from Idaho.
Salem, Oregon, or something Oklahoma, or something Nebraska, they're going to be utterly clueless.
Yeah,
They have
there's that.
it's the sense of scale. They can't unless they've studied the United States and the
Yeah,
geography. But yeah, when I was overseas, that's what I saw is that Californians would say
interesting.
California, Texans would say Texans, and everyone else would say, I'm from the United States.
It's interesting, I don't know if
It's
California has
it's
this.
it's
Does
more
Cali
about identity.
Yeah. Now, does
Yeah.
California teach California history in school to the kids?
They did when I went to school, yeah.
They did? Okay. So, I grew up in Michigan, and we learned, like, the state flag and the state flower and bird and stone, you know what I mean? But they didn't really focus on Michigan history when I was in elementary school. My kids are growing up here in Texas, and they have, like, Texas history, which is different. So I think that's why, is because it's, ingrained into these kids from when they're in elementary school. Not only are you part of the United States, you are a Texan. I was just like, crap, they're intense here. They
Yeah, well, I remember, because I grew up in California, um,
Yeah.
that we also were taught indigenous history as well.
Okay.
And we went to like local Native American museums, but we also went to the missions. And so, we had the whole cross between indigenous history and early American missionary history, Spanish history, because of course California used to be part of
Yes.
Spain. So that's a big deal that's taught here. At least when I was a kid, I have no idea now.
Hmm.
Um, and so yeah, but I remember going to all these museums, and even about local history because I was, growing up in the Palm Springs. I lived in we lived in a bunch of different places. So it was like San Fernando Valley, then we were eventually out in Palm Springs. Um, but you have to understand that the Kuya Indians in Palm Springs are the second wealthiest Native American group in the United States behind the Oklahoma Indians who have the
Interesting.
oil.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And so the Cahuilla Indians, um,
Huh.
not all of them, but many of them own the property where the hotels are.
Gotcha.
And they're leased out to 99-year leases to the hotels.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So,
Yeah, because
but
in Oklahoma, it's all the casinos, that are owned by the tribes out there, so tribal land.
yeah,
But yeah, because okay, so here in Texas, They say a pledge of the allegiance to the United States, and then they have the Texas Pledge of Allegiance that they say every morning. That's what I'm
Okay, you
saying, like,
guys are just crazy. You know that,
I
right?
I know they're crazy here. I know. But you gotta remember, like, I grew up in Michigan, so when we go to, like, an assembly for the kids and they're saying the pledge to the Texas flag, I'm like, it boggles my mind because I forget that it's there until we go to an assembly every now and again. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, crazy people."
You do that.
They
You know,
love
well,
it. They love it.
Texas is unique, and
They love it.
like every state has its good and bad points. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
just that's just the way it is.
yeah,
And um,
everybody should learn how
yeah,
to speak
yeah, and
Spanish.
then yeah, um,
Then I can stare
uh,
at you in Spanish and you'll know what I'm saying to you. Never mind.
well, that's interesting that they don't really teach. I also depend. It probably
Arizona
depends on
history?
what school district you're in too.
Yeah, I
If they
wonder.
teach California, because it's every school district is different.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, there's so much cool Michigan history that I didn't know until I was an adult. And even still now, my brother went to Mackinac Island and he was like, "Oh yeah, and this was used to be a fort during, one of the wars." He was actually multiple wars. He's like, "In fact,
Yeah.
the island is haunted. A lot of times they tell you not to walk around at night
Hmm.
because the ghost called the people from the trees." And I was like, "That's creepy. No, I need to go." Like,
Of course, you have to go. You have
right.
to go. That makes perfect sense. Um,
I never
yeah,
been to
it
Mackinac.
is kind of a shame. I always thought that California history was boring when I was
Really?
learning it. Yeah, I just did. Uh, I, at the time I was much more interested in European history um and things like that. And I'm a big history buff, as you can probably tell. Uh, I love
Nah,
history. Yeah,
not at
I
all.
love history. Uh, but yeah, I just remember being really bored as a kid because
Yeah,
I was a kid. What did I know?
right. Well, it's just like, you don't really know what you're missing out or it kind of goes over your head sometimes some of the interesting things about the place that you live until you get a little older and look back and you're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." I
Yeah.
don't even know, like, does Arizona have history? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Dylan. I'm kidding. But yeah, but like places like Idaho or Iowa, it's like, what's the history of a place flat with corn? But I'm sure they have it, but
Oh yeah. The frontier folks coming
yeah,
rolling in the early days, and obviously any of the indigenous people who lived there
right.
before them. Um, before yeah, before all the colonists showed up. Mm.
Causing problems.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Um, no, all of these places have a rich history I'm sure have a rich history which we know nothing about.
I just like pushing your buttons, Dylan. Sorry. Most of your Arizona history was learned from PBS. Yeah, Arizona history books.
Yeah,
It's
no, that
funny
makes
that
sense.
we have this pocket computer that has all the history of the world right here, and all we got to do is go look it up. But yet we don't. No, then we would actually have to research things. Then we got to write it down,
Yes.
turn it into a
Yes.
book. Actually, was it last week or the week before? I had a writer on and I was talking about like what genre would you also like to do some was it on your checkbook or a checklist, bucket list of things that you want to write that you haven't done. And one of them that was on my list was like historical fiction, which you write. So I think that's kind of cool. I really enjoy the idea of it and I think it would challenge me. Is there a genre that you think that you would want to try that you haven't done yet?
Well, I've dabbled in what I would call more comedic sci-fi,
Yeah.
which I did with some flash fiction during COVID, and I do want to go back to it because it's very different than what.
Yeah. Don't freeze. We're so close. Dang it. Looked up Native American tribes in Arizona. And there were no local tribes? Oh, so no history of a tribe yet. I bet you they're around. And I wonder why. Like, why was no one there? Was something wrong with the land there? Could you not grow things? Was it too rocky, uninhabitable, bad weather? I don't know. Like, I'm always wondering, like, if people aren't there, is it cursed? Was it cursed land, Dylan? Why? You know? Oop.
Oh,
Are you
there we
back?
go.
There we go.
Yay!
I was like,
Yay!
Coco, no, we're so close. I forget. Oh,
Yeah, in
you were gonna go
Arizona,
back?
I
You're
thought
gonna go back to the comedic sci-fi? You think?
I would like to, because I had a friend of mine just
Hi, Grant.
she's an editor, and I I said, "Hey, I just wrote this for fun. If you want to read it, give me whatever comments you want." And she goes, I actually saw her when we drove up here. We stopped by on the way up, and she says, "I really want you to go back and do that one
Yes.
because it was a lot of fun." And uh so yeah, I'd love to go back. That I have a lot of things on the back burner.
Yeah.
Um but I only have so much time, and Boston Metaphysical is what makes the engine run.
Mhm.
So I do have to spend
Yep.
more time with that. Uh Particularly until Morgana gets its full legs underneath that series.
Yeah.
Um but I mean, it was really and has been continuing a lot of fun doing Lady Mechanica, because
Mhm.
we finished the first two issues, and so I don't think those have gone out yet to Kickstarter backers, because I don't manage that Kickstarter at all for them. But yeah, we have two issues that I know are uh they'll send them to me. I mean, the drafts of everything is written, but the drafts are I know. Someone just waved.
Hi.
Are you huh? Uh but yeah, so when Joe and Marcia are ready to for me to polish up the last two issues, they'll let me know.
Mhm.
We're all busy, but very
Ay.
happy with that, the way that turned out. So yeah, that, as far as writing in somebody else's sandbox, that was
Yeah.
really great, because I had a lot of fun working with them, and then they deal with production, and it's like, okay, here,
Yep. I love
have
that. I got
fun.
I
Yeah.
got 2 of those on my list right now too, where it's like I write all the things and I'm like, "Here you go. Just put my name on the front. Thank you. I'll buy my copy. It's good. And I don't have to
Oh
worry about
yeah,
it."
and it just and oh, and the art that Joe does is so
Yeah.
phenomenal. It's very exciting. So we have more people jumping in.
Yeah. Like, "Grant, I'm going to give you a hard time because we're wrapping up the show, and that's when you show up." Really? Really? I'm just giving you a hard time. Grant has a great podcast too. If y'all haven't been on Grant Lankard podcast, go on that one too. That's a great time. I always have fun on that show with Grant. Oh, interesting. I'll have to. How do you pronounce that? Nem? Can you spell it phonetically? I'm just curious.
Is that
Yak,
Yaki?
Yakwai. You have to tell
Yakwa,
me later.
Yakwi? I don't know.
I guess as we have a
Hmm.
preconceived idea of every inch of the U.S. as a tribe, but in reality, they are miles apart. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know. Well, Arizona, I thought, also had Hopi and Navajo.
Okay.
I believe. Um, Feel to
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Hi, Pops. You were here. Oh, you told me that there was a video. I don't think it's in this studio. I was supposed to message you earlier for the book.
Yaki.
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 Nice.
Yaki. Okay.
Good to know.
Yaki. That's a cool name.
Pops Van Zant, if you
Hmm.
want to pop in, I don't see the video for the book. You said there was a promo for the Aussie book, and I'm not seeing it. Unless I'm in. I don't know. Maybe it's not in the studio. Anywho, here he is. Can you double check just to make sure? Because I don't see it. I could be wrong. Anywho, before we wrap up, I just want to remind everybody the reason why we're here today is to make sure you guys know that this wonderful campaign will be launching next week, Tuesday. So make sure you are signed up to be notified upon launch for when this launches, because you and 376 other people need to back this campaign. Okay. Lots of great stuff going on. Beautiful art. You got the sneak peek of what it looks like in the inside. Oh, thank you. And lots of good stuff. Where would you like people to find you, follow you? All of that good stuff, Madeline.
All that good stuff. I'm on Facebook, both Madeleine Holly-Rosing, Boston Metaphysical Comic, and also Queen of Mercia, which is my overall company name, Queen of Mercia LLC. I'm on Blue Sky as what? I think they do some weird long thing. I'm on Blue Sky. Where am I else at? I'm on Instagram at MC Holly1. I technically am on Twitter, but I really just I do that to keep my name
Yes.
intact. I usually use Twitter just to repost Kickstarters and things, fun things like that.
Yeah.
What else is it? What am I missing? I think
Facebook,
that
Instagram, Twitter, Blue
I also
Sky,
have a
Red
website. I have
website. Yeah.
website, queenofmercia.com, or you can type in Boston Metaphysical Society. It'll redirect you right over there.
And that,
And you can also follow me on Kickstarter as well.
yeah, that people forget that you can do that.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I forget that people can do that and it doesn't tell you who's following you. So every now and again, I'll get random messages from Brandon Starochi, like, what are you backing now? And I'll be like, mind your business. I'll back what I want. Thanks. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
forget about that
uh,
too. And um so yeah, every about once a quarter I'll go and go check to see who's followed me and go like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
right. And that, my friends, is the show. Thank you again for coming, Madeline, everybody. Thank you for being so wonderful in the chat. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the Laurie Calcaterra 360 YouTube channel. Subscribe and like, whatever. I hit all those buttons. I always forget to promo my YouTube because I forget. But you could see the stuff there. And remember that a lot of these shows then go to the Roku channel and they come off of the YouTube. Le gasp. So you want to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you can be in the live chat and see this live. So, because it's going to come down. Or just go to the Roku channel and make sure that you're subscribed to the Madness Entertainment Group on Roku. And you can see all of the shows that we have. We have 40 plus shows that are going to be playing all over the place. It's amazing. And yes, Killer Karen um had her first experience at a Comic-Con at Red River Comic-Con. I don't know if you're familiar with Karen Needlemeyer, Madeline. I'm sorry. She's my
No, I'm not.
no, I don't know. She's Karen. I have a blonde wig that I put on and
Okay.
interview comic book creators as a Karen. It's
Karen.
hilarious. We still promote, but she's pretty rude and she likes to think she's the center of the universe. So I put on, it's not really I wouldn't even claim Karen as an alter ego. She's just a costume I put on and be obnoxious. Yeah, because it's entertaining. No. This isn't how I actually act. It's fake, all of it.
It's an act. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put
It's
on the wig.
It's performance art.
Performance art. Exactly. Thank you for understanding. So I walked around a Comic-Con and everybody knew it was a shtick. So I wasn't actually insulting anybody, but it's pretty funny. And so that is up on the Roku. Killer Karen episodes are playing there as well. So make sure you tune in to the Roku. You better not. Okay, I'm glad. It's how she went. No. We'll just say no to that. All right. So make sure you tune in next week. We're going to be, who's here? Ed Jowett will be here. We're going to be talking more comics. Be excellent to each other. Kiss your babies. And we'll see you all here next week on the Tuesday Morning Brew. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
I pushed the button. Dear God.
Ozzy, what are you doing? Come and have a look at this lovely book that was sent over.
You're wrapping in the burning.
Oh, go on and spit the bat out your mouth. No one can understand you like that.
Say how 5 dentists and all.
Oh, well, that's not much better. Ozzy, why don't you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains. What is this my publisher sent me? Inked in black with art so sweet.
So what do you think? Do you like it?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Hell yeah, I like it. It looks wonderful. Let me get this thing. What's up, everybody? Just a quick note to let you know that the Goodbye to Romance Ozzy art book is approved. I went through the proof copy yesterday. This is my grandson's copy, by the way. Nobody else is getting this one. This one's for him. I will put the link to where you can get your copy in the description down there. Just wanted to give a couple shout outs. One to the guy who did this cover, who will not take credit. He doesn't want to be named. He doesn't want to take credit, but he had a lot to do with putting this book together. So right on, dude. I just give you some love like that. Right on, dude. Okay, so there you go. I don't want to paw through this. I did last night on Monday Madness. This is my grandson's copy, and I don't want to be messing it up anymore. So go watch last night's Monday Madness from about the 1 hour mark on, and you'll see inside the book and whatnot. This thing's beautiful, guys. $18.99. And look, trying to figure out what to charge for this was horrible because I did not want to undervalue the art and the work that these guys did. And it was like, well, what am I going to charge? $50, $25? And I figure, somewhere around the $20 mark for 40 pages was pretty good, right? So run on over to Amazon, get you one of these. As soon as I sell enough to have the money, I'm going to print up an exclusive run artist proof edition for everybody involved, so they all have a copy of this themselves. But we got to make some money first. I can't just print books. I'm a broke ass. If you want to buy some stuff from me, then I'll be able to. Friday night, we'll be starting a new sales show. We'll have some stuff up for sale. Help us out. We can help you out. All right. That's how this works. The bigger we get, the more we can promote, the more help we can give to you guys. So just keep pushing them buttons, yo. Keep pushing them buttons. Go get you some Goodbye to Romance. That's what I would do. I'm just saying. It's kind of what I would do. Y'all have a great day. The Meg.TV, bro, because that's where it's at, yo. That's where it's at, yo.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku.
Hi.
Yeah, play the rest of your stuff.
What's going on?
I had made that as a short that I posted, and then it's like I just made it, so I want to make sure it gets seen.
Gotcha.
But it's not a every show type thing. It's just a promo for the book.
Just want to push all the buttons.
Yeah. And I wanted to come
We're
in
being
and say,
being Dante and Karen
Madeline.
right now.
I want to say hi, Madeleine.
Okay.
Hi, Madeleine.
Hi.
Such a weird ending to the show. Okay, bye. Hi, I'm Laurie Calcaterra from the Tuesday Morning Brew, and I have a hot take for you. My friends, I am tired of remix, reboot, recycle, sequel, prequel. Aren't you? Like, where is all the new stuff? I want to know what's new in comics, in movies, in novels, and music. But for that, my friend, you gotta go to indie. Here on the Tuesday Morning Brew, we like to go right to the source. I interview indie creators, writers, artists, musicians, novelists, actors, you name it. They're all on the show, and it helps us keep a pulse on what's new, what's poppin', and what people are passionate about. Join us on Roku every week and other platforms live on Tuesdays. And no matter if you're drinking coffee, tea, or the tears of your readers, make sure you tune in to the Tuesday Morning Brew.
Ooh.